Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my ranking for all 5 101 Dalmatians movies. So I've, over the last couple months, reviewed all 5 101 Dalmatians movies that Disney has given us so far. That includes the 2 animated movies and the 3 live action. So I thought today I'd go ahead and do my ranking of all these movies. So I'm going to go ahead and get going. Coming in at number 5 is 102 Dalmatians. This movie is just kind of forgettable. It's not very great. It has this parrot that thinks it's a Rottweiler that, as a kid, the gimmick was kind of amusing, but it wasn't even really that funny. It was just, it overstays its welcome and everything. It just isn't very funny. And then you got Oddball, the spotless Dalmatian, that is supposed to be the focus of the story and everything, and it just isn't very, very great. Whenever Cruella de Vil is on screen, though, it's great, and I love her little story arc, how, like, at first she's healed, but she starts to lose her mind again and starts becoming insane again and everything, and it kind of repeats a lot of beats from the first movie at the end of it, but it's an okay time. Not the best in the franchise for sure, definitely my least favorite, but it's okay for what it is. It was never one of my favorites as a kid. I'd only watched it like once as a kid, and this was my second time watching it, and the first time as an adult, and it really isn't any better as an adult or anything either, so it's an okay time. Like I said, it's worth watching for Glenn Close as Cruella, but aside from that, it's not very good. So it's easily number 5, and number 4 is 101 Dalmatians from 1996. This is a live-action remake, and it's alright. Once again, like with 102 Dalmatians, Glenn Close is just absolutely amazing as Cruella, and really all of the cast are pretty solid in here. You got Hugh Laurie and Arthur Williams as Horace and Jasper, and they're both great too. And Miranda Richardson and Jeff Daniels as Anita and Roger, they're pretty good and everything. So everybody is pretty well casted in this movie. It just isn't my most favorite. They play the Home Alone with Dogs type story and everything, and it was okay. There were some fun moments and stuff, slapstick humor with these 3 characters, Cruella, Horace, and Jasper, getting outsmarted by all these animals and stuff. It's a lot of fun to watch and everything, but at the same time, it's not really something that I'm as into as I was as a kid and everything. I don't think this movie's near as memorable or fun to watch as like the original. And if I'm going to watch 101 Dalmatians, more than likely I'm going to go to the original over this one any day, but this one is a fun time. So 101 Dalmatians from 1996 is number 4, and number 3 is Cruella. I really enjoy Cruella quite a bit. I was surprised that I liked it even more on rewatch, because I really enjoyed it a lot the first time I watched it in the theater, and I hadn't seen it in a couple years, so I revisited it for the first time since it came out, and I gotta say, it's still really, really good. Absolutely loved her in it, and the rest of the cast are great too. You got aside from Emma Stone, you got the guys who play Horace and Jasper, and they're both really great. Emma Thompson is in here. Everybody's good in this movie. Emma Thompson kind of plays the villain of the movie and everything, and this movie kind of reminds me of a more Disney-fied version of Joker, and everything. That they kind of show Cruella's descent into madness and everything, and like, she's sympathetic and likable and stuff more than Cruella should be, but at the same time it works and everything. I think if she wasn't sympathetic and likable, Emma Stone wouldn't have been able to pull off the performance as well as she did, but she still brings the craziness and stuff that she that you expect from Cruella de Vil, so it just doesn't quite tap into the craziness that she is by the time we get to her in 101 Dalmatians. But this is a pretty good origin story for the character and everything. She's not quite the Cruella we know and love to hate yet, but she's pretty good. So Cruella is number 3, and number 2 is 101 Dalmatians 2 Patch's London Adventure. This is a direct-to-video sequel to the original 101 Dalmatians, and it was one that I had not actually watched as a kid. I had seen part of it as a kid, but I never watched it all the way through, and I watched it all the way for the first time a couple months ago, and I got to say I was very surprised and impressed with this movie. I did not expect to like it near as much as I did. It's got a pretty good story and everything. Patch is a likable enough lead character that he's able to carry the movie pretty well, and Thunderbolt is a pretty likable character as well and everything, so I think that worked and everything. And Cruella is pretty good in here. She's still a pretty good villain. It does kind of repeat a lot of the stuff from the first movie that they didn't really know what to do with the Dalmatians movie. You could tell they kind of repeated the ending of the first one all over again for the third act of this one, but it's still a decent time and everything. But it isn't near as good as my number 1 spot. And speaking of that, coming in at number 1 is 101 Dalmatians. I absolutely love this movie. This is the 1961 animated version, of course, and it's been one of my favorite Disney movies ever since I was a kid, especially from that time period during the Silver Age. This is definitely one of my favorites, although it's not my most favorite of this time period. It's actually probably mid-tier of the movies that came out that right smack dab in the middle, probably. But it still is a really good time and everything. I absolutely love all of the characters in here. Cruella is easily one of the best villains and everything. She's just absolutely insane, and absolutely love her and everything. And I love the humor with and everything. It has a lot of that slapstick humor that was brought really well to life in the live action version and everything. But and I love that the dogs talk in this. They all have their own personalities and are all really likable and everything. So I really enjoy 101 Dalmatians. I think it's easily the best out of all of these movies that Disney has given us so far, but it's definitely a really good time and everything. And there are a couple TV shows and everything. I know 101 Dalmatian Street, which I've never seen, and there was a 101 Dalmatians, the animated series from the 90s and stuff that came out after the 96 movie was a big hit and everything. And that I remember watching that show as a kid. I don't remember it really that much now, but and everything. So that's why I didn't include these in the ranking. I just did strictly the movies and everything. So, but anyway, let me know in the comments how you would rank the Dalmatian movies. If you want, tell me your favorite and least favorite. If you don't want to tell me your full ranking, or just tell me your favorite. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.